All right, so I've got that. Go live there.
I'm gonna go live too.
Go
See
live
if
here. Why does Facebook have to be a dick? Anyway, all right. I better not say it too loud. I'll probably get cancelled. Hey, Maxi.
yeah.
Facebook will cancel me. Meta. I'll be Meta verified cancelled. That'd be cool. Good morning. Good
You
morning,
are.
everyone. Morning. Welcome to another episode of Q&A with my boy Dom. Morning, Dom.
What's up, legends? What's up,
How's
you legend?
sunny Germany at the moment? Good.
We had a couple sunny days, but before I came, we had 2 weeks of rain here.
Oh, really?
Of course, I bring the sunshine, but yeah, shitty summer so far.
Dom brings the sunshine. For everyone that doesn't know, the sun shines out of Dom's ass.
Yeah.
Morning, guys. So what we do on Q&A is feel free to ask questions live about anything to do with health and wellness. You might have a burning question to do with protein or carbohydrates or anything like that to do with your diet or your training. Please ask us a question. We will definitely be able to answer it. If we can't get to it today, we will just send you a message back and get back to you, or maybe do a video on it and tag you in it or something like that. Does that sound good?
Yeah, same to you guys. Drop a comment. Let me know that you're here.
Yep.
And take any questions, shoot them in the comments, and we'll be happy to get back at you.
For those of you on the other side, I've got Dom live with me on Facebook and a few other platforms, and then we go live on our own personal profiles as well. So I'm not talking to myself and have somebody talking back to me. It's definitely another human on the other side. And if you want to see his beautiful face, jump on his socials and give him a follow. He's got some good content out there. All right. First question for the day is, can water boost metabolism? Can water boost metabolism? Dom?
Yeah, I think majorly important to transport nutrients, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think we have a couple questions about metabolism, so I don't want to go too deep into it.
Yeah.
Because I think we'll do that later on. But certainly, yes, crucial. Water intake for our systems to work as we want them to.
Yeah, correct. Sorry, I just got a couple of things popping up on the phone. So staying hydrated obviously helps your body function better overall. That's what we got to remember, which includes part of the metabolic process. Metabolism is a hard word to say, right? Even when you're not drunk. So sometimes the thing we got to remember is people mistake thirst for hunger, and then it leads us to unnecessary snacking. And so drinking water can definitely help you control that snacking, right? Hot tip for you guys out there that are struggling to drink water: drink it in smaller bottles. If you find, like, I reuse this bottle, I don't have like a bottle of this every fucking 5 minutes, but drinking water in smaller bottles gives you a quicker task to get to the bottom of. If you've got a big bertha, like a 2 liter bottle, you're already sitting there going, fuck, I've got that much to go. Whereas if you can smash over a half a litre bottle in, 30 seconds, it's much easier to get your water through. So I've already had 2 of these this morning and it's not even 6:30 yet. Oh, yeah, 6:30 now. So the best way to get your water in smaller bottles, smaller glasses.
Smashing it. I like that. I have like a straw, a canister with a straw, and I have the feeling if I don't have to pick it up to drink, if I can just drink out of a straw, I drink more often. So
I like that. The lazy man's way. Don't even have to bend over. You have a Camelback with a straw that comes straight through to the front.
Or like the Formula One driver, they have it right into their mouth. It just sticks right here.
Yeah. So yeah, the question, water can definitely help boost your metabolism. So if we drink it before a meal, it helps us feel a little bit fuller, potentially lending to not eat as much calories. But it's like the oil for your car, right? If you don't oil your car, it doesn't work properly. So if you don't fuel your body with proper water, you're going to get the right nutrients transported around. Okay.
Beautiful anecdote, Mike. Love it.
I know. I'm full of anecdotes. Next question. How bad is alcohol when you're trying to lose weight? How bad is alcohol when you're trying to lose weight?
That's one question.
Yeah, I guess we got to remember. Thoughts on fasting. I'll get to that in a sec, dude, because I actually really like fasting myself. Alcohol contains empty calories, so it has calories, but there's no nutritional value for them. Okay, like we've got to remember that, and it's a poison. Like I'll make a point of saying that it's a fucking poison that we gratefully put in our bodies for some reason because it's socially acceptable. Okay, as you probably don't know, don't realize, I'm actually 1,300 days off the alcohol today, Dom. I just realized
38.
1,300, 1,300 days no piss. So yeah, it's been really, really good. So for me, drinking can lower inhibitions, making you more likely to eat unhealthy foods. Alcohol affects your body's ability to burn fat because it slows down the weight loss process. It affects your sleep quality, which is crucial for weight management and recovery. So for me, alcohol is not a good thing when you're trying to lose weight. If you can control your calories with the alcohol and keep some beside, if you really do enjoy drinking, I'm not going to say sit here and be Michael Hitler and dictate to you, say you cannot drink alcohol. No, you can if you like. If you enjoy it, have a drink, but go for the lower calorie options if you can. Okay, that's probably the best thing I can do. But if you're hell bent on getting a good body, keeping in shape, I would push it to the side and just focus on food, protein. That's the best thing for you if you're trying to lose weight. That's my opinion on alcohol. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, wonderfully said. I think I can add to just my kind of process with it in the last 1.5 years. I thought I could drink on the weekends and build the body I want. Little did I know that alcohol puts just so much stress on your body and digestive system that your body can't function the way you want it to with all that alcohol it's trying to combat.
Yeah.
And it takes far longer to get through a hangover. Once we feel like we're over the hangover, your body is still trying to get rid of that alcohol for days.
Yeah.
And major functions can't work as they should. And hey, it's way, like, again, as Mike said, I don't want to demonize it. Have your drinks, but I realize that less is more.
Yeah, look, again, my personal opinion. I fucking hate alcohol. It's disgusting. It's there's no positive effects on the human body when you have alcohol in your system. There is no positive effects on it, and that's why I chose to not do it anymore. There's nothing positive for me having alcohol in my system. So, yeah, it can actually detrimentally stop you from losing weight properly. But if you can control the calories, because as we know, weight loss is about calories in versus calories out. So if you can set aside 120 calories a day for a beer, have a beer or a wine. Go for it if that's what you feel like doing. But for me personally, no. Darren, I'm going to answer your question on fasting, dude. Thoughts on it? Yeah, absolutely love it. It's a great tool to use in weight management because we're condensing our window of eating down from, say, 16 hours a day to 8. It's a lot harder to fit in, 2,000 calories a day in 8 hours than 16 because you don't have to think about it if you portion control or you're prepared. Like we got to think, a half a kilo of fats, 3,500 calories. So if you think I've only got 8 hours to eat my food per day, depending on your calorie target per day, if it's 2,000 calories, it's a lot easier, a lot harder, to eat that much food over a shorter period of time. So fasting for me is a really great tool when you're trying to manage your weight. I don't do it as much anymore. I used to do it a fair bit, and it was really good for really trimming down the body. But like I'm at a place now where I'm happy, where I'm content, where I'm currently doing what I'm doing. I've got my calories locked in for breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, and dinner. And that's pretty much the meals I eat. So, but yeah, fasting's great. I'm not saying it's something you have to do, but if you can incorporate it and you've got the willpower, it's a great little tool. So hopefully that answers your question, dude. All right. I'm confused by metabolism. What does it actually mean? What does it actually mean? Did you want to have a crack, Dom?
Sure. Well, what's our metabolism? Our metabolism is um, what keeps our body going, what breaks down food, what ultimately translates food into
Yeah.
energy, our
Yeah.
body
That's it.
moving, and yeah, kind of gets also the process done as our secrets, urine and poo, that's
Yep.
also the one end of metabolism. So the whole idea of our body functioning, us talking, being awake right now, is in essence underlying to metabolism, right?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly right, Dom. So, metabolism is a process by which your body converts what you eat and drink into energy. I think that's probably the simplest form of saying
Yeah,
it.
I think you did a nicer job.
Yeah,
Nice,
I'm trying to dumb it
exactly
down
to
a
the
little
point
bit. Yeah.
there.
We can go super if we had Jason, we'd go super nerdy because he's a
Yeah,
dietitian,
true.
but basically it just like includes all the chemical reactions that take place to keep your body alive and functioning, like Dom said. So, your metabolic rate is a different thing, which is it's the number of calories your body needs to perform basic functions each day, which is just breathing, moving, digesting food, not just being sedentary. Like that's what our metabolic rate is. So if someone says to you, "What's your basal metabolic rate?" they're asking you, "How many calories does it take your body just to function per day, just to do basic things?" Factors that affect your metabolism. Well, you've got age, you've got gender, you've got your muscle mass on your body, your level of physical activity that you do each day that definitely affect your metabolism. And a faster metabolism means your body burns more calories at rest, right? So while a slower one burns fewer calories. So by lifting weights while you're losing fat, you're giving yourself the opportunity to burn more fuel at rest because you've got a bigger engine and your body needs more fuel to function. So think of your metabolism like your own personal chef, right? It's always cooking up your energy so you can burn it off and function. All right. Hopefully that answers that question. What type of activity can I do? I medically can't do a lot of physical activity. Okay, I just need to know a bit more about what your injuries are because that's a hard question to answer. Yeah, that's a hard question to answer. I'm sorry, but if you're injured in any way, and you're hindered about doing physical activity, the best thing to do is walking, in my opinion. Can I put size on while being in a calorie deficit? Can I put
Oh,
size on while being in a calorie deficit? You definitely can. You definitely can. Now, we've got to be mindful of building muscle usually requires us going into a calorie surplus, right? It usually requires us going into a calorie surplus because your body needs extra energy to build new muscle tissue. That's for people that like myself and Dom that are a little bit on the lower side of the body fat percentage. So we would need to go into a surplus to start building some serious muscle. Um, it is possible to build muscle in a deficit, but it's much harder typically for the beginners, okay, because you don't have a structure behind you already, and we want to start building a structure. So, yeah, you need to focus on protein. You need to double, triple your intake if you can. Dom, the average woman eats about 48 to 55 grams of protein per day,
yeah.
and that's not
I've,
enough.
I've had a discussion with my dad about protein today.
Yeah, it's not enough.
It's
And it's funny that if you go to dinner, like you said, with your parents, or they generally have one big meal, which is dinner, and that's it.
true. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if it's important to be clear about your goal, right?
Yeah,
If what your goal is your goal is to lose weight or to build muscle. Typically, both at the same time is possible, but you really have to be knowledgeable about macros, about your calorie intake, and about what you need to do in terms of eating and working out to hit building muscles, lean muscles, gaining that weight the way you want it. You really have to be dialed in. So I wouldn't suggest that for a beginner. It's usually better to just focus on one side and then progress as time goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it certainly is possible. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, we got the other factors that hinder putting on size: rest, recovery, essential for muscle growth. Right, even in a deficit, we still need to rest our muscles because if you're slightly on the bigger side, it's a little bit easier to gain muscle in a deficit because you have a higher body fat percentage. So it is a bit easier to gain muscle. But yeah, for most of us, if you want to put size on, we've got to be in a surplus. We've got to eat plenty of protein, 2 grams per target body weight, 2 grams per kilo target body weight. Plenty of rest and recovery, lifting weights at least 4 times a week minimum. Getting your steps in to keep your cardio at a good level and keeping the fat off. But yeah, it's definitely possible. It's just a lot harder than going into a surplus. It's like filling a bathtub without having the plug in, right? Gaining muscles it's hard. It's a little bit harder because it's just going to have a little bit of a drip flow coming through because we're not focused on it if we're in a deficit. Sure. Makes sense. Yeah. Cool. Can I have if I had 3 to 5 Coke Zeros or Coke No Sugars a day, is it still okay since it's 0 sugars and calories? Yeah. I think
it is.
Yeah, I think it's definitely okay. If anyone out there wants to, 2.5 years, Jamie, no booze. Well done. That's awesome. Yeah, we started roughly around the same time. I think, well, maybe a year apart, but
great job, awesome, James.
Yeah. Yeah. So everyone's going to pick apart fucking aspartame and all that other shit that's in, Pepsi Max and Coke No Zero and all, Coke Sugar and No Sugar and all the rest of it. Look, it takes, I think, 28 cans of Coke Zero per day to actually be on the limit of having too much aspartame in your system. Okay, so who drinks 28 cans of Coke Zero a day? I don't know anybody that ever does that.
I think it's even more.
Plus yeah, I'm obviously lowering it down a bit. Correct.
Yeah, plus your body gets rid of
toxins. But it's to do with your mass as well. Yeah, body mass, size. So let's say on average, okay?
Yeah.
Nobody drinks 28 cans of that per day. It's probably more in steak. There's more in beef than there is in the can of Coke. The illegal substance that we're talking about. Okay, so there's no calories. So we're talking about weight gain. Weight gain is calories in, calories out. There's 0 calories in a can of Coke No Sugar. There's 5 calories in a Pepsi Max. I favor Pepsi Max because I like the taste better. That's just my opinion. If you want to cancel me, go for your life. So it's calories in, calories out. So if you're looking at controlling your weight, then we go for the option with no calories, right? Makes total sense. There is problems with drinking too many cans of that stuff for your teeth. Like let's face it, the acidity in it could ruin your enamel. But there is no problem with having artificial
probably too.
What's that, mate?
Addiction probably too.
Yeah, of course.
You can get addicted off that stuff, but ultimately, like we're talking about, getting healthier, losing weight, and the amount of aspartame that the impact it will have on your health versus obesity.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. If we're talking about health, and that's certainly not the Diet Coke. Okay.
Correct. That's correct. It's the biggest epidemic at the moment, obesity. So we have got to be super cautious of what we consume. With Coke No Sugar, there is no problem with having 3 or 4 today. In my opinion, I don't look at your habits. Obviously, I'll probably have one every couple of days, and I don't mind it because I feel like it's a bit of a treat. But we just got to be mindful of what it can do. Moderation is the key for anything, right? Occasional consumption is good for anything. Just don't rely on it. If you like something sweet and you want to have that as a sweetening agent for the day, cool, have it. There's no problem, but there's no calories. So we're not in terms of weight management, we're keeping the weight down by choosing the option with no calories in it. Cool.
Yeah, it's a great dessert, honestly. Like for people who have a sweet tooth, a Diet Coke, Coke Zero is a great dessert.
Yeah.
And hey, all good.
Yeah, and I'll send you a DM about that exercises that you want to look at too, mate. On It's a Bitch. I'll send you a DM through there so we can talk about later on. Why am I strong one week and next week completely nowhere near where I was the other? Why? Okay, so strength has many factors. Okay, and it can vary due to lack of sleep, poor nutrition, stress levels, not enough water, not enough rest and recovery. There's so many different factors. Time of the month for the ladies. Okay, right. Sleep is probably one of the biggest ones. So why am I stronger one week and next week I'm weaker? For example, last week I felt like my bench had dropped significantly, and when I looked back on the week that was, I hadn't slept properly for probably 3 or 4 days before I trained. So therefore my energy levels were low, therefore I couldn't hit out the training that I was doing. So yeah, my sleep affected my training. So your body still could be recovering from a previous workout. If you're going in the next day, affecting your performance, there's so many different variable factors. Change in routine, your mental state, stress levels, your intensity levels can drop because of stress levels and changes in your day-to-day stuff. So it's just a bodily function. It's how you recover. It's the energy you put in. If you're in a deficit, you're going to have less energy than you normally do have going into. So if you've changed from having a high fat diet into a deficit, your energy levels are going to drop. So your performance rate will drop as well. Does that make sense?
Certainly does. Yeah.
Yep.
Time of the day. Time of the day we work out, right? And as you said, consistency. Yeah. Like if we work at the end of the day, work out at the end of the day where we're already had a full day of stress and work and everything, nutrition. Did we eat before a workout? Did we switch anything up? Yeah, there's so many things that can impact the training session. Also, if we just had a good day, like how is your mindset? Do you feel good?
Yeah.
Like you gonna fucking go in there and throw some dumbbells around, or if we had a shit day and you don't feel like working out, like yeah, it's probably not gonna be the best workout, right?
Yeah,
so
correct.
Yeah,
totally agree, mate. So there's so many different factors that can affect your performance in the gym or in life. So let's just focus on getting good sleep, getting as much energy and fuel in as possible. That's going to help us maintain monitor weight. Plenty of water. Try and de-stress yourself if you can. One of the greatest things that I do before I go and lift is to sit in the car for 5 minutes and listen to a good tune and just give myself a bit of time just to zen into it, right?
love it.
Yeah, bloody oath, man. It's the best thing to do.
Gotta listen to the singer. That gets
And then,
you going.
but I'll be looking at my program and working out what's coming up so I can plan my routine. And if things change, I'm not stressed about it. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Can I drink a protein shake right before a workout? Does it have any benefits? Yeah, you can. Sure can. 100%. I don't, because I don't like having massive amount of protein in my body before I lift, because I feel like that if I do lift, I'm going to poop myself. So I don't have anything really heavy. Protein's not the best thing to have for me before lifting because it sits in your gut for a long time to digest. So
thank you for your honesty, coach.
Dude, it's life, mate. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Absolutely.
I don't want to shoot myself doing a compound lift. There's no chance. All right. I pride myself on taking number twos before I go to the gym, Dom, so I can, do the best lift possible without having to struggle, mate. That's it.
Yeah.
Squat face is a real thing, buddy. So, like, what for me, it's like there's arguments out there that you've got a window of 30 minutes after you've lifted to get your protein intake in. It's all bullshit. There's probably a 3-hour window, I think, more likely. If you feel hungry after you lift, have something to eat or have a protein shake. There's no problem with it. It's good, but it more comes down to it's not the timing. It's your overall daily protein intake, right? That's more important than
24-hour
the one
period
before. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't want to feel bloated or uncomfortable working out on a full stomach. I will go for carbs, fats, and sugars as my fuel source before I lift. I don't have a protein shake beforehand. I don't find it benefits me. But if you need the amino acids and that in your system, cool, go for it. And if you feel comfortable doing it, no issues at all. And if it helps you meet your protein goals, even better. But for me, I would rather have after, so I don't have full capacity of my lifts, straining and not pooping myself in the middle of the gym floor. That's one of my biggest fears, Dom.
Especially if you're far away from the gym. God damn it. Yeah.
No, leaving the best part of me on the gym floor would be the worst part.
Yeah, absolutely. No, summarizing, no immediate benefits for your muscles. It's a 24-hour period. You have to hit your protein target within 24 hours.
Yeah.
If you're hungry before a lift, try a banana or something quick acting. And if you feel like eating a big meal before a lift, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna look like Arnold Schwarzenegger because you have protein within 30 minutes of your lift. It's not how it works.
That's what everyone has in their mindset is like, if I eat a protein shake before I go to the gym, I'm going to bulk up really quick. It's not going to happen. The most effective pre-training fuel that you can have, an apple is really, really good because it's got really good sugar and carbs in it. Banana, rice cakes with peanut butter, a little bit of peanut butter and jam, really, really good. A handful of Milo cereal or Nutri-Grain or something like sugary and sweet and carby, like that stuff is quick acting fuel, and we want that engaged. If you have protein before the gym, you're likely it's going to be breaking down still while you're training, and you don't want that. That's the problem. So for me, fast acting stuff would be better.
That's the point, right? Until a piece of steak is broken down and in your bloodstream, it takes 4 hours.
Yeah, correct.
It won't do shit for you, right? So that's why we're talking about quick acting carbs, because they will be in your bloodstream and ready to work for you way quicker.
Way quicker. Exactly right. Way quicker. And it's tried and tested. So don't be afraid to have something light before the gym to give yourself energy. That's the thing, especially if you're in a deficit. How can I keep my gains or progress if I'm working out less? How can I keep my gains if I'm working out less? Okay, for me, prioritize nutrition, number one. If you want to optimize the way your body shape stays, optimize nutrition. Have it down pat. If you're working out less, still doesn't mean you stop. That means you're slowing it down. So if it's less frequent, that's cool. I would be focusing on some type of full body workout if you're working out less, so you can hit every targeted muscle area maybe once or twice a week. If you got the time, compound exercises are really good for hitting 3 or 4 target areas at once. Like, I think they're great for that reason. But protein, nutrition, Dom, so critical to keep and maintain muscle mass or body size or body shape. Yeah,
you said that wonderfully.
Yeah,
I can only repeat. Beautiful said. Yeah,
optimized nutrition is, if you can maintain a body that you're so happy with, that you're so very consistent on, like the way you eat every single day, you get the right amount of fuel, you can maintain it really, really well. Even if you're only doing, instead of doing 6 days a week, you're doing 3. As long as you're doing your steps, keeping your water, getting plenty of sleep and rest and recovery, you'll be able to maintain it quite well. But
absolutely, adjust your carbs a little bit down and your goal, and keep your protein up.
The best way to keep a rig, Dom, is stay active, eat well, sleep well, drink water, enjoy life, have the good things, be happy, take out as much stress as you can. Don't worry.
Be happy. You know those fish flap on the wall?
Oh dear. I'm just gonna let me do a quick check of a couple of questions that came through on TikTok and Instagram. I'll get back to you guys with the DMs on those because I think it will be easier to answer them. Yeah, awesome. I will do that. Yeah, cool. Great questions. All right. Thanks for joining us this morning, guys. I really appreciate it. If we missed your question, can you send me a DM and I'll answer it? Or Dom will answer it pretty quickly. To the guys and girls in our academy, these are questions that you guys have asked, so keep them coming through. We love this stuff. This stuff helps us become better coaches. I had on the kickoff call a question last night that I'd never even been asked before, and it was really good because then it was something I could work out on the spot and answer the question pretty quickly about calories in bitters. You know, bitters that you add to lemon and lime for a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys said, "Can I have that?" And I was like, "Well, I didn't know the calorie count. It's only 10 calories per 2.5 grams." So yeah, definitely. So
Okay.
things like that really help us become better coaches. So yeah, any more questions, please send me a DM and I'll get back to you guys and help you out and answer them whenever I can. But appreciate everyone joining us, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Love you, legends. Talk to you soon.